Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Please ignore the fact that I sound like I've been run over by a bus about 3 times. I've had a bit of a cold. I'm coming out the end of it now, so I do kind of still sound a little bit nasally, a bit like I sound ill. I do. Let's just face it, I sound ill. But I am fine, don't worry. Like I feel fine. But I do have a bit of a different video for you guys today. It's very rare that I do like makeup based videos. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm not a makeup artist in any way, shape or form. I don't know what I'm doing with makeup. I don't know the ins and outs of makeup and I just wing it every single time. But I was in Primark the other day and I was like, I've tried Primark makeup a bit, but not a lot. So I thought, I wonder if we can do like a full face of like basic makeup. So like nothing fancy, not like night out vibes or anything. It's like your everyday going to work kind of vibes using only Primark makeup. And I've got to say, I got all of this for £31. I know that the title and thumbnail probably say £30, but we're rounding down here. It's close enough. So I thought I'd go through everything that I picked up. We'll try it and I'm just going to do like a full face of makeup using the items that I've got. Admittedly, some of them were on sale, I think. Or was it just the one that was on sale? There was only one item on sale. But either way, I just thought it'd be an interesting experiment to see how it shapes up. And because obviously, like I say, I have been a little bit under the weather, I've got bags under my eyes and it's got a lot of work to do, let's just say that. So I am going to go through price of each individual item as well, just in case you want to pick up individual pieces for yourself. Let's get cracking. One thing I will say is that I haven't got any primer. I probably should have picked some up, but we're going to go without just because, well, I don't have any, so like there's nothing else I can do. So just bear in mind if you're wanting to do a similar thing or if you're wanting to pick up some Primark makeup, then maybe pick up the primer as well if you really want to test out their primers. I will say though, I did do an Aldi version of this where I just picked up makeup from Aldi and their primer was really nice. I think it was supposed to be a dupe of the Barry M one, I think, or Bobbi Brown one. No, Bobbi Brown one. That was quite an interesting video, so if you want to go and check that out, I'll put the link in the description because it was a little while ago that I did that. I need to stop yapping. Let's start. First things first, I did buy this pack of 4 blending sponges just because this is what I usually use when I'm doing my makeup. I'm not much of a brush girly. I did buy a foundation brush and a concealer brush and I tried and it just did not look good the way I was doing it. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I was doing something wrong, but I don't know what it was. It just kind of looked like I had just brush marks all over my face. Long live sponges. I thought this was quite good though. They were only £3.50 and you get 4 sponges in here, so you get the 4 different sizes depending on what you want to do with it. I think the biggest one I will probably, well, most likely use for foundation, and then obviously the smaller they get, the more intricate you can get with it. So this one will be my foundation one. I think for concealer, because these two are kind of similar sizes to be fair, and then you've got a little small one for, I'm guessing, under eye. So I'm thinking I might use foundation, then like contour slash bronzer, blush slash highlighter, and then concealer. So we'll go with that. And then the foundation that I picked up was only £6. I mean, £6 could do a lot of things. I haven't taken any of the like packaging off this, so just bear with me while I like get it open. £6. This is the illuminating foundation, which has a luminous finish with wild pansy and rose extract. It looks like that. I got the shade Nougat. Me and Demi had a debate about this quite a while ago, whether it was Nougat or Nugget. So it's Nougat. It's Nougat. Yeah, that's shade number 3 in Nougat. And I'm gonna need to go and wet these sponges, so let me quickly do that and get this label off because this is kind of bugging me as to how stuck it is on. Okay, first things first, I've just wet these sponges. Look how big this one. I'm so impressed with how, like, the size difference of these. Like, I swear this was not, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why. Just wasn't. Same with these ones as well. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. I know that they grow when you like put water through them. Come on. Oh, there we go. It is worth mentioning as well that I have not like really colour matched this. I kind of tried in the shop. I have a feeling this might be, actually it could be okay. We could make it work. This was like the second from the lightest shade. Actually, no, that's a lie. I swear it said on it, I swear it had a number on it before. Number 3. So it's the third from the lightest shade. They had a lot of the shade Vanilla, which must be like a normal, like, skin tone. Obviously, I'm a very pale person naturally. Always have been, always will be. So when it comes to like foundation shades for me, I always have to go for like a light shade. I've got to say though, just from first impressions, I'm not mad at it actually. Just like I say, we're not going for like full coverage or like anything too mad. Just a nice, like, something that I'd wear if I worked in an office, because I don't really wear makeup when I like go to actual work, because you really don't need to wear makeup when you work in care. I mean, it's not that you can't, some people do, but the thought of wearing like a full face of foundation and full face of makeup and then going and showering like 30 people, it's not for me. It's not for me. Let me just get this. I do have a huge mirror behind the camera, by the way, so if you see me kind of looking off into the distance, that's what I'm doing. I'm really gonna try and like blend this as much as I can. I mean, it's not difficult to blend. I gotta say, I am quite impressed, I think. You can still see, obviously, my freckles underneath. So it is like quite a light coverage, but I feel like it just kind of gives you that like second skin look. I like it, I actually quite like it. For like an everyday glow, which doesn't look like you're about to go and head out on the town. I actually quite like that. Like I say, you can still see my freckles. Like, I do actually quite like my freckles, which obviously I used to hate, but now I do like them, and I like that you can see, like, still see my freckles through, but then the rest of my skin's sort of been like evened out, as it were. So yeah, impressed with that. In terms of like wearability and how long it lasts, I'm currently filming this at like 20 past 8 at night, so I can't really give it much of a test for whether it would last all day or not, but this is like a first initial impressions of it. I'm quite happy with it, but it's good. I quite like this. I'll keep, like, I mean, I'm not taking any of it back, but I will use this again, I think. Next is the concealer. I got this in the shade Vanilla, 03 Vanilla, which I think this was 03. Interesting that these are both 03, but different shades. Like, this was Nougat and this is Vanilla, which, and I did get this one purely because they didn't have the concealer in the same shade, which this could be a mistake, but I feel like with concealer you can lighten it up because you kind of want to brighten up the under eyes anyway. So I kind of thought that that would be okay. You can kind of mess around with your concealer shades as long as it's not like too different. Look at me talking like I really know what I'm talking about. I don't. But I feel like with mascara, I feel like with concealer, you can kind of play around with the shade a bit. Looks like concealer to me. Let's pop it under the eyes. I've got to say, I do like this kind of application brush. I feel like sometimes the applications can be a little bit too much. I'm just going under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then chin. I'm gonna go under my nose as well, just because obviously, because I've been blowing my nose over the last 24 hours quite a lot. Let's blend this in. I do sometimes feel like with concealer, I don't know whether it's just because I haven't found the right one, but I just kind of feel like it's one of those steps that I do because I'm told to do, but I don't really see the difference. Has that brightened anything up? I don't think so. Like, if I were to do a direct before and after of this concealer, I don't think we'd notice that much difference. Unless I'm just being completely blind. Hang on, let me just like blend it all so then we can do a proper comparison, because I feel like I'm being a little bit unfair when I haven't even blended it properly yet. Okay, concealer is blended in. I still stand by the fact that I'm not 100% sure that it makes that much difference. It's not much of a full coverage. Like, I get that that's okay for like a foundation or something, but for concealer, like, I would usually use concealer more if I had like a spot or something that like a blemish that I would want to cover up on my face. I don't think this would do it, just because as well, like, you can still see the freckles on my nose, which obviously I don't mind with a foundation, but if I did want to cover those up and I wanted to use the concealer for that, it's not done that because you can still see them down there. But in general, like, it's just another step to the makeup. I don't think it's too bad, but just not for like a full coverage if you wanted to cover up a blemish or something. Next, let's go the cream contour. This is a light to medium, and oh, did I mention the price of this one? £2.50. £2.50. You can't really complain too much at a £2.50 concealer. But yeah, so the cream contour, it is the cream contour buildable coverage light to medium. It looks like that, and this one was £4.50, and it is got a lot of packaging on that I might need some scissors to open. That took me far too long to get into. I swear to God, I had to full on use scissors. Now the applicator is very similar to that of the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. One thing I will say that I quite like about it is that it's got a little, I don't know if you can see that, it's got a little on off thing, so you can twist it and then that's it on, and then obviously off, so you're not going to be losing any product whilst it's sitting in your makeup bag. I feel like this is going to be very satisfying. Hey. So I'm just going to do this as I usually would. I do usually go slight, like that would be my cheekbone there. I do kind of go a little bit higher just because I saw this thing on TikTok as usual, which said that if you want to kind of lift your facial features so like it looks, I don't know, you have a bit more of a lifted look, then put it just slightly above the cheekbone. And I'm just gonna draw. I actually really like the application of this. It's very smooth, it's very like, I don't know, it just feels nice on your skin. Ooh, very easy to blend, very easy to blend. Oh, I like that. I sometimes feel like with the one that I've got, which I've been using for ages by the way, it's quite difficult to blend, but this is not. This just like sinks straight into your skin. I might have a bit of a game changer in my makeup bag. Obsessed with that contour wand. I mean, I wouldn't say it's giving me like a really chiseled, but it does say that it's buildable, so if we were to put a little bit more on, then maybe it would give me a little bit more. Yeah, okay, so obviously the more you put on, the more it's gonna kind of chisel or give you that like contoured look. Yeah, I love that this is buildable. I love the application of it. It just feels so smooth and creamy. Really like that. Really like that. Yeah, I actually quite like how my skin's looking. Just like barefaced, like obviously not like I've got foundation and stuff on, but the look of the foundation is very glowy, very like can you see? I know like the sun is shining in, but can you see how glowy my skin looks? I like it. It's very no makeup and I'm digging it. I've got to say, I really am digging it. The blush is a matte cream blush and it's in the shade Peach. This was the one that was on offer. It is usually £4.50, but this was £2, so bargain. This is a similar situation where I'm going to need scissors, but I feel like this is going to be the same kind of application as the contour and I'm down for it, quite frankly. Let me go and open this. If this is the same, yes it is. Yep, same thing where you twist it. Ooh. And let's just pop that. Oh, okay, I feel like less is more maybe with this. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely a less is more with this. Wow, you don't need much at all. Okay, let's just blend it in. We can make this work. Don't tell me I've ruined my whole makeup with one swipe of blush. Okay, that's better. That is better, we've sorted it. A little bit on the nose. I do quite like this shade, but like I say, that less is more. Truly, less is more. This will last you a long time because you really just need to put a little dot on and then that's it. But once you've kind of blended it in, it's very subtle, very nice. I feel like it's just, I don't know, yeah, I like it a lot. Just like I say, this was in the shade Peach. They did have one more, which I think was pink. I think a pink one, which I kind of thought, I don't know whether pink's my shade with me being so pale. So I gave that one a miss and decided to go with the peach one, and I'm actually quite liking it. Next, we're gonna go in with the highlighter, which again, I think is the same concept as the other two, because it's shaped like this. This one was £4.50, this wasn't on offer. I'm gonna need some scissors. So this is the cream highlighter in Champagne. It is very much so the same as the others. I don't want to put too much. Is this coming through? Oh yeah. I don't want to put too much on. I'm just gonna dot this like this. A little bit down the nose. Oh, I put quite a lot down the nose, and we'll just pop some there. So I'm just going to use the other side of the blush sponge. This is very, again, very easy to blend. Oh, quite like that. Maybe might put a little bit more of that on actually. It's very shimmery. I don't know if you can see that properly. It is giving champagne actually. I quite like that. It's very, very easy to blend and just gives you that little pop of shimmer at the top of your cheekbones. I like it a lot. This whole makeup actually, aside from the concealer so far, I'm very impressed. Which I'm gonna move on to brows now because I've been a die-hard NYX fan when it comes to my brows. They've got the finest little tip that they put on the end of that pencil, and I swear to God, it's like drawing individual hairs. So I'm trying to get this open because the way they package these is just barbaric. It's like a puzzle in itself. It's like, yeah, we're gonna make it cheap, but you're gonna be paying us back in the time you've spent getting it open. That took me so long to get into. Like literally took a solid 5 minutes to get into that, and I thought the sun was gonna go down before I got into it, but this is giving NYX. Like, look how small the nib of that is, and then you do get the brush on the other side. This is in the shade dark brown. Did I say how much this was? £2. £2 this was, which I think is pretty good for a brow pencil. Let me have a look. Just filling these in as I usually would. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry, what? £2. Admittedly, I'm not like a brow connoisseur. Like, that will do me. I does not like people spend so long on their brows. I physically can't. Sorry, I just had the battery run out there, but I've got to say I'm very impressed with the coverage of these brows with just a £2 brow pencil. It does look a bit wild because I don't have any mascara on, but we're about to change that. I've got to say, I think I'm probably going to change from the NYX one that I use, because I think the NYX one that I use is like £6-7, something wild like that. It's from Boots, which I guess is a little bit more accessible because like the smaller Boots do it. It's £10 from ASOS, the one that I use, or I could £2. The only thing is obviously like Primark for me is not somewhere that I go all the time, so I mean, I guess I don't need new brow pencils all the time, but you know, I don't know why I'm making excuses. It'll be fine. But I'm very impressed with this, I've got to say. It was easy to apply. Like I say, I'm not like the best brow sculptor, but you know, they'll do for me. Not bad. The mascara that I'm using, there were a few choices for the mascara, and I went for this one. It's bright pink. Ooh. It was bright pink. It was £3. It's called So Extra. And I picked this one up because I kind of felt like this is the one that they're advertising to be like the most, to make the most difference, as it were. So I've got high hopes for this, I won't lie. We'll see. Obviously, as you can see, I am like bold on the eyes. I do actually have eyelashes, believe it or not, but they're blonde. Like, they are the blondest blonde, and it looks like I've got no eyelashes. So my mascara has to be good, otherwise it does look like I'm sporting bold eyelashes. I'm really gonna like layer it on, like coat it, because, sorry, I'm just trying to see. The mirror is like, for putting stuff like mascara on, is a little bit far away. So first like proper coat, I would say that it's good. Like, you can tell that I've got mascara on, but I wouldn't say, it's not blown me away. It's given me eyelashes. Yeah, maybe with an eyelash curler this would look a lot better, but it just kind of, I mean, it does add like an eyelash to my eyes as opposed to not, but I wouldn't say that it's lived up to its like So Extra name. However, I feel like if you did have like darker lashes, longer lashes, just lashes that were visible to start with, maybe this would have a better effect on you. Sorry, I'm just pointing, like the camera is right up my nose when I'm doing that. But I mean, I guess give it a couple of coats maybe. But for like the blonde lashed gals who are watching, it gives you a lash. Like, it gives you a lash. It's nothing major. It's not bad, to be fair, actually. I think I'm overreacting. It's not that bad. Up a little bit on the bottom. Okay, let me just zoom in, like, properly so you can see. So, yeah. I wouldn't say that I was, like, mad impressed by it, but it'll do for an everyday look. It will do for an everyday look. When I step back a bit and look at myself just in the mirror and not like just at my eyelashes, if I look at my whole face, it looks fine. I think I'm just overreacting a bit about that. Now, I did go for a lip gloss over like a lipstick and pencil just because, like I say, going for that like everyday look, and I would more likely wear a lip gloss than I would lipstick on a day-to-day basis. And this one is actually a tinted lip oil. So it's not a gloss at all. I don't know what I was saying, but this is a tinted lip oil. I love lip oils. They give you that like hydrated look and it's not sticky like lip gloss. This one is in the shade Berry Brown. Berry Brown? Yeah, Berry Brown, but it looks kind of pinky, I won't lie. It's giving pink over brown. But it is very like, it's like putting a lip balm on, but just a little bit more. It's not like anything major, but it's just a little bit of colour onto your lips that they look hydrated and they look healthy. But like I say, it's not sticky, it's not shiny, it's not like anything major. But that is the full face of makeup done. Did I mention how much this was? The lip oil, sorry, was £3. So again, not bad price-wise. I don't know what it is. I've got a little bit, it just feels so like creamy. It feels so creamy and nice to put onto your lips, you know, that like, yeah, I like it. But this is the full face of makeup. I feel like it's very it's giving very natural, very everyday, very, you know, yeah, I quite like it actually. I'll definitely be using that foundation. I'll definitely be using the brow pencil. This I'll have in my makeup bag as a backup, but I do very much like the one that I use like as an everyday already. But I probably, well, I'll use this as a backup. Love, love, love. And then I also really enjoy the contour and the blush and the highlighter. I just think it's so pretty and well within a good budget. So if you wanted like an everyday makeup that you don't want to spend all your money on, basically, because the price of some of this stuff is ridiculous. But I definitely recommend giving Primark a go if you wanted to check out and just have like that lower budget alternative for just an everyday, like going to work slash, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I've got to say I'm very impressed. I like it. The only thing I'm not so impressed with was the concealer, just obviously for the reasons that I've already given, that it didn't really do much. So this is the full makeup look done. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you use this makeup already? Do you have any recommendations for things that you think would be better? Did I pick the right shades? Do you think? I feel like the foundation is a very good match for me. I like, you can't tell between my face and my neck. So I'll definitely be picking up some more of that when that finishes, but yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, go hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Baby, let me love you.